Zelda game that a lot of people didn't play. Well, I don't want to say a lot of people didn't play. A lot of people haven't. Well, like me and you, we just got frustrated with the controls and went, we're not playing it anymore.
Yep.
Skyward Sword never looked interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, you know,
when it was coming out, like the way they were selling it and what they're showing
it's a fairly long Zelda game too, and
Yeah, I mean,
but now that we have Breath of the Wild, it's like, nah, I'll just play that again instead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely, but you know, I don't know. It's
or give me a Switch version of like Wind Waker. I'd play that.
Well, and I totally could see them coming back and doing that. You know, I can totally see them re-releasing Wind Waker, re-releasing.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Wii U port. Just do that again.
Yeah.
Just flop it over like you've done some of the other Wii U games. There you go.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's all going to be interesting to see if that actually happens or not. But yeah, I mean, you know, there was this huge speculation with everything. Oh my gosh, they're going to make people want to buy an N64 Classic. I would.
And with no rare license, it's going to make it hard.
I mean, they won't have the rare games on there, so I mean,
there goes a bunch of your good third-party stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but we'll see. We'll see. See how it goes anyway. Discless Xbox One rumors have been flying around that next year will be a third Xbox One console that will not have a CD drive in it. It will only be a hard drive, and it will cost less than $2.
Makes sense to me. It's like them testing the waters, I think. Whatever's going in the future.
You are exactly hit the nail right on the head. That is exactly what I was just going to say. Microsoft,
with Game Pass, it's not a bad idea.
You know what? Yeah. If they would have had this, and I may have said that before on the show, I don't remember, but if they would release the next Xbox and have Game Pass and have a discless system, and it'd be significantly cheaper, I might go for that, because that's pretty much the only thing I do on the Xbox now. I have a few games, physical games, but I mostly do Game Pass on it to play, you know, those games, and I'm fine with that. Between Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass, I don't buy games on the Xbox.
Yeah. It's a really good thing. The only bad thing as I see is there's still plenty of places in America where the internet is terrible.
That is true. You're exactly right. But you know, it's funny.
If you don't get cable around here, you know, you can get fiber in a few places, but then you're stuck with DSL, and it's a 5 meg connection max, and it's garbage.
Well, you know, we had DSL in North Carolina. And it was fiber. It was a gigabyte. I did a check to, you know, we're doing 200 meg now. I did a check to see what our upgraded, you know, if we upgraded, how much it would cost and what the next step up is. And they actually offer gigabit here, but it's $30 more a month. So we already pay, I think, $89 a month, and you tap on another $30 to get that. It's like, no. What's sad is when we lived in Randleman,
more expensive than here.
Oh yeah, when we were in Randleman, we were paying $89 a month for fiber optic, and now we're paying $89 a month here for $200. And if you want to add fiber optic to it, it's another $30.
Jeez.
So yeah, I mean, it's extremely expensive. The thing is, though, I guess really if they do a discless system, the only thing you got to do is just download the game. You know, as long as they don't have no weird, you have to be connected to this system online all the time or something crazy like that.
Take the disk drive out, put a bigger hard drive in.
Yep. Or even, put a bigger hard drive in. Or they already allow external anyway, so it's like, you know, you got that going for it as well, so you can spend...
But for what you're aiming for with this, you would want people to have plenty of space on it, because it's sort of a cheaper in point. So here, just go. You don't have to worry about anything else. That would be the way they should do it.
How big do you think they would put on there? 2 terabyte?
I don't know. I would say
bet it's
minimum,
1 to 2.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, you can get a regular discs one with 1 in it now, so I mean, it doesn't seem tight. If it's
I just don't expect them to add more to it.
Probably
I just don't.
Maybe not.
It's like, here's what they should do.
I would love it to be 2 or more.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's a weird thing. but this is definitely going to be a test thing to see for the next console generation.
I mean, it might not even be a test to see if it sells. It might just be a test of, here, let's see how we get this working or not.
Could be. I don't know.
I would have totally bought one if it had launched that way.
Yeah.
But at this point in its life cycle, like I'm just not looking at getting a current gen console.
Well, yeah, somebody who has the other ones, there's no get it.
Right. One. Yeah, I mean, there's not. This is.
I've got PC, I've got a Switch, and I've got PS4. Why would I need an Xbox on top of it? Because there's nothing there that I want that I can't.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. With you having a nice high-end PC that you could play PC games on, all those games come out on PC. And you can even get Game Pass for PC. You know, so it's like you don't need an Xbox. You know, absolutely.
Yeah, like if I really had the hankering to play a few Xbox,
got a hankering
first-party games, I could do it.
Yeah, you could absolutely. So
like Forza when I was playing that.
Right. Love Forza. Anyway, strategy guide, publisher Prima, I think's how you say them. I always say Prima. Always depends on what part of the country you're from. Prima.
Prima.
What about Prima?
Yeah, Prima. Will finally be. Finally, they can confirm the decision has been made to no longer commission new strategy guides, and the U.S.-based import will discontinue in spring of 2019.
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of surprising that it lasted this long with guides being all over the internet. I'm sure that for a long time it's been way less sales on actual paper guides. Some people like to get them, but it's not like your general person's just going to Google it, right?
Yeah. I did buy the Red Dead Redemption guide because it was hardback. It was nice. I wanted to put it on the shelf. I bought the Fallout guide because it was hardback and I want to put it on my shelf. But it used to be back in the day. It was like, oh, I bought such and such RPG. Oh, there's a strategy guide. Let me buy that too because I'll need
every time.
Yeah. Now it's like, if it's a game I know I'm going to keep and I really, really want the strategy guide, I'll buy it, which is not very often. I think those two strategy guides are the first two strategy guides I bought since Skyrim first came out.
The last guide I bought was the collector's edition hardcover Metal Gear Solid 5, just so that I could have all the things for Metal Gear Solid 5. I never once used it.
Yeah. I had the one for Fallout 4, the nice thick one, and I opened it like twice and went, I can just look on the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, it was way more convenient to just look it up online.
Yeah. When the books are nice and kind of fancy and art-like, I understand. They have one for like Borderlands 2 with a red cover that looks really cool, and I'm always like, really neat.
If it's well done, it can be a coffee table book.
Yeah,
but
I used to always get the Pokemon guides. I always thought those were super well done. Those I think were Brady games though that I was using.
Yeah, well, and there's still Piggyback, which they're probably really happy to hear that they're not that Prama's not doing any guides anymore because they're going to be about the only guide company out there.
Isn't there Brady games or Brady guides?
I think
they've been gone for a while.
They've been gone for a while. If I'm not,
Is that it?
I'm not entirely sure that they weren't bought by Prima back in the day, and they're all the same. I could be wrong.
You're right. I just looked. Yeah, Prima owns Brady Games Guide. It says now.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think Brady was still publishing stuff up through like PS2.
I think they were
360 generation still.
I think they were printing them under that name, but it was really Prima that was printing them.
Yeah.
I think.
So it looks like it was starting with the release of Destiny. Brady Games became Prima.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I mean, other than Piggyback, I think they're the only other ones. I'd have to look back on my shelf. I would always buy the Assassin's Creed guides. I think the last one though I bought was Black Flag, but I bought them more for there would be a whole section in the back of those with nothing but weapons and art and things like that. I didn't buy them for the strategy part of it. I bought it for the art in it is what I bought it for. So kind of sucks, but a lot of games nowadays are bringing out art books anyway. Dark Horse has been publishing these Zelda art books that are just fan-frickin-tastic.
Yeah, I've got, I forget which one it is. I have one of the Zelda art books. Yeah, got like the history, so it's all sorts of cover art and stuff.
I've got the green one that's the history. I've got the red one that's the art and artifacts, and then I have the blue one.
That's the one I have. I have the red one.
I have the blue one, and I forget what it is. It's something else, but I've got all 3 of them on the shelf, and they are just...
The Horizon Zero Dawn art book is amazing.
Yeah, it looks really cool, too. There's been several that I've almost got. The other day, Cosmic Star Heroine came up for pre-order on Limited Run, and I ordered it. They actually had an art book for it, too, but it was limited to 500 copies, and it was $5 more than the game cost, and I went... yeah, I'm not going to buy that. Yeah, not going to buy it. Never mind. And of course, it sold out within 5 seconds anyway. So, Walking Dead: The Final Season is back in production with many of the original staffers, and remaining dates are coming soon.
And part of that's like Kirkman's team, like his gaming team is actually working on it, so it should be pretty
that's
good.
Who bought it. We knew that from a while ago.
Yeah, that's who bought it. And I don't know if you were here when we talked about that, Eric.
I don't think I was. So
yeah,
in theory, I should still probably go out and buy the last season then just to finish it and play it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you bought the season pass, I'm supposing that it'll all be
it is
included in that.
They say so in the press release. Yeah. That if you've bought the pass, then these new episodes will still come into that when they come available.
Yeah, so that's super cool. If you're into those games, it's very cool that
I wonder how big of a team they were able to get back together, because surely some people already moved on to something. Some people just probably don't want to work on it anymore just because of how terrible that shutdown was.
Yeah, I don't know. I never could find anything about it. I was trying to find more stories about it to see if there was a little more information on it, and I couldn't find any. So. Let's see. Sony will be skipping E3 in 2019. I found this one very, very interesting.
I'm betting there are a lot of third-party or PlayStation partners, people who are very angry about this because they don't have a platform anymore.
Yeah.
Like for Sony themselves, it kind of sort of makes this weird backhanded sense because they can, show any of their type of stuff. But for any of the people who make games for PlayStation and partner with PlayStation, but they're smaller and they can't do it on their own, then they need Sony's help to kind of showcase some of that stuff.
Right.
That might be very, very annoying. Or even if it's just third parties where they want to get in one of the press conferences, that's one less press conference that they have to possibly show their stuff.
Now, I know Sony has their, their own, what do they call it, experience or something like that, but that's a totally different show.
And then they didn't do it this year.
Yeah, so they didn't do it this year.
Did that. They're not doing that this year, and then this is following that. I was like, that's just really weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Are they going to do like EA where they're not at E3 but they're at E3?
No, my understanding is they are not. It says they are not active or holding a press conference at E3, which tells me that they are not even going to have a presence at E3.
That's so weird that they're even just getting rid of the booth and everything. That makes no sense.
They said they won't even be holding their own conference separately around the E3 time.
Yeah, like EA does. They're not doing
it would make sense if E3 had shrunk a lot or something. It was no longer the big showcase that it used to be or something, maybe, but it's not that. It's because Sony's pulling out, it's going to make E3 just so much less because one of the big tentpole companies that's been there for years is now gone. That's going to leave a big vacuum.
Well, and the other interesting thing is my understanding is if a company pulls out of E3 and they say we're not going to have a booth, they lose that spot and they can never get it back. Now, I don't know if they're still paying.
Who's going to snap it up?
Yeah, who's going to snap it up?
A bunch of people? Are they going to divide it up, or are they just going to let one big person to buy it? I mean, E3, what do you want there, right?
What's hilarious is immediately after Sony said, we're not going to E3, Nintendo and Xbox both made announcements saying we will be there and we're going to be a part of it and we believe in E3 and
I mean, I'm sure there's some other reasoning behind this, but this seems like Sony's being on top of the world and it's hubris and it's going to come back and bite them hard later.
That's what I'm afraid of. I mean,
it's so weird.
It is weird, and I know a lot of people don't hold E3 in the light that they used to hold it in. But
it used to be, the one big show,
right? Well, but it's still
Gamescom.
I mean, it is still a big show. It is different than PAX. It is different than this is where
it's still the big hype machine.
Yeah,
and there's other stuff like Gamescom that are a very hype machine,
right?
But
now it's open to the public too. Things have changed.
Nothing, and it's E3 is still pretty big deal. So it's really, really weird.
Yeah, it's really strange.
It's like after their E3 show this year being this weird thing, and then them not doing the PlayStation experience here next month, and then coming out of E3, it's almost like they're not doing as well as you think they are, because like they're cutting back things. But like, no, you're selling tons of PS4, Sony. What are you doing?
Yeah,
and with that Spider-Man PS4 bundle that was on sale for Black Friday, everywhere I went, gone Thursday and Friday.
Well,
they said they were
there's a reason. There's a reason why those are gone, and I've seen pictures online showing why those are gone. Because
are they on fire?
No, because people were going in and buying 20 or 30 or 40 of them at a time. And
so they can make $40 in profit.
And so they could turn right around when Black Friday was over and charge $3.99 for them, or however much a regular PlayStation is with the game and stuff like that. And I've seen them online here. They bought them all and then turned right around and put them on Facebook or Let Go or Craigslist trying to sell them for full price. Well, it annoys me, and what annoys me even more is people are buying them, and I don't understand. I don't understand.
And Walmart just announced they're going to have the 1 terabyte PS4 with Red Dead and extra controller for $200 or $250 on Cyber Monday. I was like, whoa, it's a good deal.
Yeah, well, they'll start here in just a few hours. GameStop's already. GameStop has like a Switch with a game and a $35 eShop card for $2.99 or something.
And the $50 gift card.
Yeah, and a $50 gift card for $2.99. So if you don't have a Switch, now's the time to buy it.
And that's I went on.
That's not bad. That's a pretty good deal.
No, it is a real good deal. So anyway, some news out of Microsoft's X18. I don't know how to say that. X018. I don't know. Their Expo thing.
Come on, Microsoft. Yeah. Name it something cool.
They're killing me with these names. So Microsoft announced that they acquired 2 new studios. Obsidian was one, which we kind of already knew. We heard that
was like, hey, it's rumor, wink, wink,
right.
Like, but confirmed before this. So,
and the other one is, how do you say that? In
Exile.
In Exile. Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't actually get to watch any of the show, so I just, whatever I read online was all I got to see. Crackdown 3 finally has a date, if they stick to it.
I mean, it's had dates before, right?
Yeah.
And of course, it will be on Game Pass, so you'll be able to get it on Game Pass day one. They've actually started preloading on Game Pass now, so that'll be cool. So you can actually, when they turn it on, you can actually preload the game. So when it launches at midnight, you can actually play it at midnight if you're a Game Pass owner, which is pretty cool. Let's see. They actually announced 16 more games coming over the coming months for Game Pass. What else was there? Keyboard and mouse support is launched on Xbox One. Final Fantasy 13 backwards compatibility. That's kind of interesting. I've heard of a lot of people comparing it that it's almost like an HD remake more than backwards compatibility. There's been some videos out done by Digital Foundry where they actually show that it looks more like it's actually a remake than just a backwards compatibility thing with just a little up textures and stuff like that. I guess
it needs more than that to get it to be actually worth playing.
Yeah, well, me too. I have it, but it's like, it was all right when I played it back in the day. It's like I don't really.
Is it worth getting the next version?
Sea of Thieves, the arena update is going to be. It's pretty much a PvP update. Just Cause 4 was shown, which looks pretty cool if you're a Just Cause 4 fan.
Which always comes out at weird times in the year, like December.
Yeah. Yep. Another couple weeks. Yep. 1 week, 2 weeks, something like that.
I'll wait till the price plunges.
Let's see. Forza Horizon's getting an expansion. Devil May Cry 5. They showed all kinds of new weapons and a new trailer and stuff like that. They had some Jump Force stuff. Blah, 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 blah. It wasn't really earth-breaking or earth-shattering or anything like that.
Different thing, though, that's not technically related to this, but the people who did the Castlevania anime thing on Netflix are doing a Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kind of cool.
And it looks
Netflix?
cool.
Yeah.
Yep. As far as I know.
Yep, and that will be cool. And that should.
The Castlevania one's pretty good.
Yeah, Castlevania was real good, so I expect that one to be pretty good too. Let's see. BlizzCon happened while we were gone, with mixed feelings, I guess, to say the least. I don't know. We'll save that for the last.
Be nice and say mixed.
Yeah. Overwatch gets a new hero. Warcraft 3 is getting remastered, and it looks really cool. I'm actually excited. I loved Warcraft 3, so I will probably buy this to play it. It looks really cool.
Do that to Warcraft 2.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to see
that's my Warcraft.
Yeah, I love Warcraft 2.
I played that one a lot.
Yeah. And everybody was... Okay, this is the weird thing. Everybody was expecting Diablo 4 to be announced, even though weeks beforehand, Blizzard came out and said, no Diablo 4 announcement. We will have some Diablo news, but there will not be a Diablo announcement. So they announced Diablo Immortal for mobile, and people lost their minds. Did you guys see any of the press conference?
I did
not see the press conference now.
Okay, so the opening...
I just heard stuff like after it all happened.
So what they did was they had a whole panel about it, where they took questions from people in the audience, and one guy walked up to the microphone and said, "Yeah, I have a question. Is this an April Fool's joke? Is this game a joke?" Right in front of the devs and everybody, and everybody's like, "Well, they have screenings and this and that." Yeah, he wrote a legitimate question down, but then when he got up there in line, he said something totally off the cuff and not what it was. I mean, look. It's a mobile game. If you don't like mobile games, don't play it. You don't
Dude, they're going to make so much money off of that.
Oh my gosh,
Hearthstone makes them so much money. Of course they want to do a mobile game. If it's not for you, fine. But, chill. Even if they'd said, hey, Diablo 4 is coming.
Gamers just need to learn how to chill. There's really no reason for that.
Everything's taken so seriously. People just one thing, and it's like,
I mean,
not every game.
Tell me the one thing I've convinced myself you were going to say, so I'm now because you didn't do what I wanted.
I'm mad because I paid money and I'm mad.
And it's like some of these guys are like scorched earth policy now, Blizzard. They burn it all. They want it all burned. And for some reason they have this weird thing in their brain that this game is taken away from the development of Diablo 4. No, it's not. It's a Chinese group that is making this game. Dude, it's not even Blizzard.
They can do any amount of projects they want, and no other one is going to suffer.
Oh my gosh.
It's
like saying Super Mario Run messed up the development of the newest Mario.
I mean, I am not kidding. I mean, it is just the absolute... Just hate, just absolute hate of it is ridiculous. I mean, and people are like, well, then the rumor flew that Diablo 4, there was an announcement, and at the last second they pulled that announcement, they put this in there instead just to have something to fill. No, Blizzard said there is no Diablo 4 announcement. We have nothing to say about Diablo 4 other than it's in development, and we've redone it like 3 frickin' times. I mean, it's just like... What is wrong with you people? It's a mobile game. If you don't,
they didn't get the answer they wanted.
No,
it's like even if they said, "Hey, we're working on Diablo 4," it's not coming soon.
No.
So
it took 12 years to get Diablo 3. How long do you think it's going to take to get Diablo 4? At least 10.
Technically, they could have been working.
We still have to have another 3 releases before they'll show it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. I am just...
Blizzard takes their time, man.
Yeah. But I tell you what, just the hate that has come from this is just unbelievable. I mean, I knew Blizzard had rabid fans, but I didn't realize that they actually had rabies. I mean, it is just... I mean, there is... I mean, I don't even know. I mean, it's crazy.
Foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, just foaming at the mouth when they heard it. Just like
ripping off their shirts, punching people.
I mean,
guys, it's okay. Yeah, video game companies can work on more than one thing at once.
Yeah,
it's unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like what? I mean, we're not talking. It's like I don't know. It just
even if they had announced Diablo 4, they might have been angry. It's not coming. Soon enough,
Yeah.
Some people, you just can't please them no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, there was people online just absolutely crying. Well, the only reason I paid money and flew to Anaheim was to see Diablo announcements about Diablo 4. Really? Well, if you did that, then you have more money than than you have sense, because you should have known. I mean, this was not a secret.
There are no guarantees in this industry.
There isn't. I mean, it's just, it blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind that people were acting like this. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, I can believe it. There's plenty of stupid crap that's happened on the internet, especially surrounding games. That this is just another example of idiot people doing idiot things.
That's true, but
it sucks and it's sad, but it doesn't surprise me.
I guess it really shouldn't surprise me either. But you know, I guess I expected more from Blizzard people because this is par for the course for Blizzard. You know, they do stuff in their own time. They always have. They always will. And people will buy it. These people that are crying that, oh, I'm never buying Diablo. I'm never buying another Blizzard game. You will be buying Diablo 4 the day it comes out. I even bet you will play that Diablo mobile game.
What? They're probably playing Diablo 3 at the same time as they're...
Exactly.
Right, they're playing in another window.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just... They're going to complain, gripe, and complain, yet they're still going to go get it.
They are. They
sure.
can cry all they want. I know exactly.
They're not going to tell anybody they're playing the mobile game either to keep it to themselves.
Yeah, really.
They're just playing, oh, this is stupid. I hate it, but I love it.
All right. Nominees for the Game Awards for 2018 were announced. You can vote on these online. Game of the Year, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead 2.
Toughy.
Celeste
was the other one.
Yes, Celeste was the only one I didn't really know.
It came out
an indie game.
This year.
Yeah, it's actually an indie game. It's actually really, really cool. I have never played it, but I've heard really.
The only one on that list that surprises me is Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that
one pretty
really...
good reception, but as far as
I love Monster
Hunter, it's like,
yeah,
but it's not Game of the Year.
It could be a Game of the Year in another category, like Best Action Game or something like whatever category going in. But overall, it just seems like it's a weird one for.
I was, a lot of people were very upset and surprised that Kingdom Come Deliverance was not in the Game of the Year talk. I heard lots of good things about the game and stuff like that.
The only thing that's weird is it's not in Best Role-Playing Game, despite some of the, it did launch with some glitches and things, but they've been working on that game a lot, so, it's good enough that I figured it would have been in that category.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go down the list. Best Action Game, Black Ops 4, Dead Cells, Destiny 2, Forsaken, Far Cry 5, and Mega Man 11.
The answer is Dead Cells.
Yeah, the answer is Dead Cells. There you go. Absolutely right.
It was great.
Best Action Adventure Game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, or Shadows of Tomb Raider.
I can't pick any of those. They're all great nominations.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick.
I gotta say, if it's just like action adventure game, it's gotta be God of War or Assassin's Creed for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I haven't played enough of Red Dead. Maybe it seems more like an action adventure game later, but it doesn't seem like action adventure. It seems like an odd category to me.
Yeah.
But it could be so many things. Like, it's one of those genre or categories. It's like, hey, action adventure, but everybody thinks it means a slightly different thing, right? So it's very broad.
Best role-playing game, Dragon's Quest, Monster Hunter, Ni no Kuni, Octopath, and Pillars of Eternity 2.
All I played of those was Octopath.
Yeah.
all Japanese games except for Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, Octopath is good. Ni no Kuni was good.
I need to play Octopath
I've only ever played Monster Hunter. That's the only one I played.
Yeah,
Pillars was really good, though.
Yeah, Pillars looked really cool. I didn't play it. It looked really good, though.
I played a fair amount of it.
I want to play it. It's one of those games I haven't played.
I don't like it as much as Divinity Original Sin, but it's still really good.
Yeah. Best game direction, A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead.
It just depends on what you mean by game direction, and everybody who's like just a fan voting on it is probably going to think it means a different thing.
Yeah. I mean, I would think, Detroit Become Human, that game, just because
God of War,
yeah, but I mean, you're talking game, are you talking, I don't understand, are you talking, the direction, how the game was directed, or are you talking about narrative, you're talking about the story of the game? I don't understand what they mean. I'm just thinking direction.
Maybe Red Dead also, but just of like a cohesive vision of just all parts of the game working together.
Yeah.
From, the way all the mechanics work, to the way the camera works, to the way the graphics look, to the way the menus work, all that stuff forming a nice cohesive vision thing, I think God of War is one I would pick, but probably Red Dead is be a similar way if you evaluate it that way. Even Spider-Man is pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So
well,
there's not really a bad pick in this list.
Yeah. Well, then the next is best narrative. And, then you got Detroit again, you got God of War, you got Life is Strange 2, Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption.
It's so weird that they have Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 in there. Like, It was really good. I liked it a lot, but it's still one episode.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of wanted to play Detroit, too. That was on my list of games I was interested in, but I just haven't got around to it.
Well,
it was on sale, too.
Yeah, I should have bought it while it was on sale Black Friday. It was $20.
Probably it's on sale tomorrow, probably.
Probably. Well, and then there's always after Christmas. We always have after Christmas. So everybody's got gift cards after Christmas. Best ongoing game. This is a weird category, too. Destiny 2, Forsaken, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six.
It's probably they keep adding content to it,
I guess. I don't know. It just seems like
it's
a
the
weird
game that people continuously play. Like,
well,
it's weird that like
ongoing game. It's not new this year, but it's a game that they keep like updating and people.
I continuously play Shenmue, but that doesn't.
But that's not a game that they're continuously developing.
That's
Fortnite
true,
or Destiny, they are actually adding content to that.
Yeah. Best art direction: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath, Red Dead, and Return of Obra Dinn.
The Obra Dinn.
I
that
never
game
heard of it.
Really cool.
Never.
If you look up what it looks like, it's kind of this weird. Kind of gritty black and white filter to it. I don't know. It's got a really cool look to it. No, not exactly, but it looks really cool. You should look it up.
I'll have to look it up because that one I did not know anything about. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's one of those. It'd be kind of like say what am I thinking? Like sorry, my brain is failing to find the exact example, but like an indie game that has a specific art style to it. So it's got a very specific look that's very unique compared to, whereas with Assassin's Creed, it's just like, hey, look at all this really well done art, huge world.
It's almost like
Return of the Obra Dinn is just much smaller.
It's almost like an 8-bit sketchbook or something. It's kinda,
it does kind of have that look.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's only on PC.
It might be. I don't know. I haven't looked into what platforms it's on.
I had never heard of this before, so.
I hadn't heard of it till these nominations came out, and then I looked.
Yeah. Yep, it says PC and Mac. Okay, yeah, that's the only thing it's out on. So, that's interesting. Okay, anyway, best music and score. Yeah, I'll start looking at it and I'll get enthralled with it. Celeste, God of War, Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni, Octopath, and Red Dead 2 again.
Definitely God of War and Spider-Man have
God of War is
great
definitely
music.
up there.
Like Spider-Man also just incorporates the music very well, and just how you're playing it, especially when you're swinging and all that stuff. It's very well done. God of War is great music that would be just a soundtrack I'd listen to outside of the game, even.
Yeah, I have the Spider-Man soundtrack on my Amazon Music, as a matter of fact. So I listen to it a lot. Let's see. Best audio design. Black Ops 4, Forza Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. Best independent game. Celeste, Dead Cell, Into the Breach, The Return of Obra Dinn, and The Messenger. This one's hard because Dead Cells is awesome. Into the Breach is awesome, and The Messenger is awesome.
And
I should have bought The Messenger too. I thought it was on sale on. Oh, it is on sale on the eShop right now for $14.
But I would go with Dead Cells just because that game is perfect mechanics.
Dead Cells pretty dang.
Very well made. Then again, that's a lot of people say that about Celeste too. So
I almost
lots of good choices.
Yeah,
Into the Breach is supposed to be pretty good too, right?
It is. It is pretty good. It is real good. I played it a lot on the Switch. So.
Is it on PSN? That's where I got on.
I don't think it's on PSN. Maybe it is. I don't know. Best performance. Let's see. I'm not going to read anybody's names, but it's Connor from Detroit. Judge Kratos from God of War, Cassandra from Assassin's Creed, Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, and Peter Parker from Spider-Man. Red Dead, the guy that does Arthur Morgan, Roger Clark, he's good, but I don't get the connection to him like I did. John Marston. And I don't know if it's the actor or if it's just the way the game is. I haven't quite decided.
I bet it's kind of the way the game is and just the type of character, because Marston is a much more just likable rogue kind of a character, right?
Yeah.
Where this one's just a different kind of character, so it's just you don't connect with them as much, maybe.
Man, those are the only two. I haven't played enough of Assassin's Creed to tell you to make a call on.
So is Peter Parker. He was really good.
He was.
And being able to be balanced of Peter Parker and Spider-Man as different characters and stuff is very.
Games.
Well, I'll take Cassandra from that list because
that's
one of the best things about Assassin's Creed.
That's what everybody said.
I like the guy that plays God of War.
Yeah.
Also good.
Yeah.
Boy.
Boy.
Games for Impact: 11/11 Memories Retold, Celeste, Florence, Life is Strange 2, and The Missing. I'm not going to read that big long title. I don't know any of those games except Celeste and Life is Strange 2. I don't know anything about any of the others.
I've heard of Florence, I think, but yeah.
Let's see. Best mobile game: Donut Country, Florence, Fortnite, Pug Mobile, Reigns, Game
Donut
of Thrones.
Country. I had read something about Donut Country. If you like weird, wacky puzzle games.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
Goofy,
I've never tried it, but
lots of people like PUBG Mobile. I have no desire to play a mobile version of it.
No, I don't think so. Or
the Game of Thrones game that Reigns Game of Thrones game is supposed to be pretty cool too. But
I never play any of the Game of Thrones stuff because I don't watch the show or read the books, so it's like
it'll probably be like Fortnite most likely.
Best VR AR game: Astrobot, Beat Saber, Firewall Zero, Moss, and Tetris Effect. I heard good things about Tetris Effect. Sounds really good. The Beat Saber game looks pretty awesome too.
Really cool looking. The Moss is the one that has the little mouse. What I'm thinking of?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right.
The little mouse character.
The only reason
Moss on PlayStation VR too?
Yeah, because it was bundled with the PlayStation VR. Black Friday, I think. I saw some pictures of it with the PlayStation VR anyway. So
dang, Sony.
Anyhow, best fighting game: Blaze Blue, Dragon Ball Z, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter 5. I don't know. They all sound good.
They sound like fighting games to me.
Yeah. Best family game: Mario Tennis, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Starlink, and Super Mario Party.
So what they're saying is family is spelled Nintendo.
Of course it is. Every one of those games are. Well, Starlink's multi-platform, and I think Overcooked 2 is too. But most of them are all Nintendo games.
It's like, hey, here's a bunch of Nintendo games. We didn't have another.
Yeah, exactly. Best sports racing game: FIFA 19, Forza Horizon, Mario Tennis, NBA, 2K, and Pro Evolution Soccer.
My brain just skipped right over the sports thing. So with Mario Tennis, I was like, "That's not a racing game."
Yeah. It's
okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess they put racing game in there because you can't have. There's not enough racing games probably to have a.
There's not enough for either one, so they combined it.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it hard because I'm guessing that probably FIFA or NBA will win it. I would like to see for Horizon 4 win it, but I don't know.
Horizon 4 is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is great. Best multiplayer game: Black Ops, Destiny 2, Fortnite, Monster Hunter, and Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is very fun multiplayer, but it's not fun solo. Best student game, which I know nothing about any of these: Combat 2018, Dasher Quasar, Jera, Lif, and I guess it's Reply Charge. I don't know. RE Charge? Looks like a reply to me, but I'm going on email technology there.
I mean, it's probably what they're riffing on.
I'm sure. Best debut indie game: Donut Country, Florence, Moss, The Messenger, Yoku's Island Express. I'm voting for The Messenger because it is awesome. Best esport game, let's see, that's Counter-Strike, Dota, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Overwatch. I'm sure it'll be Overwatch. Best esport player, There's a whole list of guys that I have no idea who any of these people are. I'm not even going to read their names. Best esports team. I'm not going to read those because I don't know any esports teams.
I mean, we've got a bunch of esports categories.
Yeah, there's a bunch of esports categories in here.
Whatever.
Content creator of the year, Dr. Lupo, Myth, Ninja, Pokemane. I don't know how you say that. And
Pokemane, I think. Kind of like Pokemon, but Pokemane.
And favorite moment of 2017. Yeah. So.
Okay.
There's some things there. So.
It looks like, okay. Here, we want to connect it to last year's show. What was your favorite moment ever?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? But man, there is a lot of esport categories this year. That is crazy. What's that?
I mean, for a certain crowd, that's great. For me, who doesn't pay attention to sports, whatever.
Yeah, there's 7 esports categories this year. Yeah, I don't pay attention to esports either, so it's like I don't even know who these people are. I see commercials on TBS for esports. That's about as the extent of the esports stuff that I get.
I see the guy that's sponsored by Sneak Energy Drink. That's about the only esports guy I know.
Yeah, I know that they started the E-League Smash tournaments things. There's been commercials on TBS. That's all I can tell you. And that's because I'm usually watching Friends while I'm eating breakfast in the morning, and I see the commercials. Because there's nothing else on in the morning. So, but yeah, so you can go to their website. I think it's just GameAwards.com or something like that. It doesn't even have a link in here for me to click, but you can search the Gaming Awards. Oh, here we go, the website. Yep, it's thegameawards.com, and you can log in and you can vote. I don't know if it's just a one-time vote or if you can vote every day, or I don't know. I never vote for them, so. But I get mad when my ones don't win. just like in real life, I don't vote. Oh no, I do vote. I do vote in real life, but yeah. But it's like I always say: if you don't vote, you can't get mad at who wins.
There you go.
Can't vote. So.
That's
so. All right, Black Friday. Anybody get anything besides me? I mean, I got some Black Friday.
I avoid Black Friday like the plague.
Oh, I don't avoid it. I just don't go out. I mean, I
bought stuff.
I looked at Amazon once, and I was like, nah, not even gonna take the time to look through this.
I bought Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Far Cry 5 at Target versus Best Buy, even though they were more at Target. They're like $5 more a piece because Target has a 90-day return policy on new items. So if I decide, I don't want them, take them back. Versus Best Buy's like 7 days.
Yeah.
Terrible.
As long as you don't open them, you can take them back.
Yeah. So. Those are good deals. I bought a few other miscellaneous things. I kind of poked around a little bit. I bought the Namco game for Switch.
I did too. I bought it on eBay.
17 on Amazon.
Yeah, I bought it on Amazon. I bought Teen Titans Go, the movie, for $10 on Blu-ray on Amazon.
How is it?
I haven't watched it yet. I've only watched the first half of it. There's a lot of fart jokes in it. It is hilarious.
It's not for me then.
Right off the bat,
totally for Robert.
Right off the bat, they're fighting this big balloon monster, and they shoot it in the butt, and the air is coming out, and it's making this fart noise, and and they're like, "You farted," and he's like, "No, that's air escaping from my butt," and they're like, "That's what a fart is."
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just one big long fart joke so far. So I like it. I don't necessarily need highbrow comedy to kill a day. It's like I just need something to laugh at sometimes.
The other two.
It's not made for me though. It's made for little kids. So
what's the difference?
My nephew will love it. Absolutely. My little nephew will love it. But let's see. I bought the Namco for $17. I bought that. I bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey on PS4 for $27. I bought God of War on PS4 for $17. What else did we get? We got the Diablo for $17 on Switch for Nikki. I bought Doom on Switch for $12. I think that's about it. I don't think I really bought anything else.
Actually, I bought a couple other things. I'm looking at my list here because I'm in front of me. I had to pull it up. I bought Burnout Paradise for $10 for PS4 on Best Buy. I just used a reward cert, so it was free.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. When I bought Teen Titans Go, we had a $10 courtesy credit on our Amazon account for some reason, so I really didn't pay anything for it. I don't know why we had it on there. It was very odd.
And yeah, for Target, same thing. I was buying the 2 items like, oh, a $5 e-gift card had been sitting here forever, so that knocked down the price. And with the red card, it reduced the price for Shadow.
I almost bought Starlink just to have the ship and the game physically, you know, but it was $35 was the cheapest it was. I think it's going to be cheaper than that day after Christmas, so I'm going to wait and maybe get that.
Day after Christmas. Day after Christmas, someone's trying to sell it locally, cheap.
Yeah, maybe. But no, they always have those day after Christmas sales at GameStop and everywhere. So, because everybody's got gift cards to spend. So, yeah, but yeah, my prediction for Assassin's Creed Odyssey for $25 almost came true. I was only $2 off.
I went.
That's a lot of game for $27.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and that's going to be my winter game. I'm going to tuck in January and play that one, I think. So
I found out for Christmas I'm getting a 4K TV. So guess what I went out and bought? I bought the Pro. Went to GameStop on Thursday before we had dinner. So I got there like 2:30-ish. We were having dinner around 4. Got there. There's a line of 10 people. Everybody in front of me bought the Switch. I bought the Pro, and I bought a Switch for my friend who couldn't go because I'm a nice guy. So, and they had plenty of Pros, and I asked how fast I thought the Spider-Man systems were going to go, and they said that they were going to go pretty quick. And
so you kind of bought a 4K system.
No, yeah, I bought a
PlayStation 4 kind of does 4K. It doesn't.
Yeah, there's no 4K Blu-ray action, but it'll be interesting to see how it runs and everything. Might take my other PS4 and put it downstairs and use it for some other stuff. We'll see.
If I gamed on my 4K, I think I would probably flip to Xbox just because they do more real 4K. Plus, it has the 4K Blue, true 4K, and it does have the Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray player in it too. But at this point, I'm not upgrading anything because here in a year and a half, we're going to find out. Probably by the end of next year, we're going to find out new consoles are coming anyway. So
yeah,
I had a crap ton of GameStop credit and another $55 random reward cert, so I was happy to spend it.
Yeah.
Well, and then they're going to announce 8K TVs and
8K TVs with smell effects. I can smell the popcorn.
Nothing better than announcing a TV that's twice the resolution as the TV you got now, and nothing really runs at that resolution to begin with. So
until they double it again.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
I also John knows about this. I bought a super cheap Genesis knockoff EverDrive from AliExpress. It's already shipped, so hopefully it gets here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear and take it apart when you get it, because I guarantee it's an actual Crits board. It's just an older version.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be like a generation behind. I'll take a couple pictures.
It usually is. It's usually a generation or two behind.
Look at this crappy label.
Yeah, so
I don't care. $19. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's that's why I say go for it. And then if
serves the purpose.
Yeah, if you really, really like them, and then you want to get those extra features of the Crits, then sure, spend the money on it. But
yeah, like that. I mean, if you're going to buy one from Crits or buy one from one of the local vendors in the U.S. like Stone Age Gamer, just wait till Black Friday.
Yeah, they're
20% off is enough that makes it worth it. Trust me.
Well, and Stone Age Gamer, as much as I like what they do, they charge way too much
markup.
for all their. Oh yeah, there's
more markup than I would have. Yeah, Crits like. It's him. There's no markup.
Right.
But Stone Age is like another 10%.
Well, yeah. Well, they make a little bit of money, and then they always have a fancy box
custom shells
and stuff like that. Which I mean, it's cool if you're into that.
Cool,
but
yeah. You can get it with a case too. And
yeah.
It's like I don't want to spend it.
I like to save my money. Yes, the Hyperkin Genesis clone I hear is very good. TF. I hear it's very, very good. It actually works with
an EverDrive.
EverDrive. It works with the VR racing cartridge. It works with all of them. I think it's like $50.
Whoa! What is this? And why haven't I bought it yet?
I don't know. Where have you been?
I'm pretty sure I've heard about it.
It's been out for a couple of weeks.
Nice.
But yeah, it looks really, really cool. And it sounds like the emulation is really good on it too, because the sound is correct and in sync and all that good stuff. So
that's the important part, is the sound emulation. It's not like at games where it's
right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I bought a little bit on Black Friday, but the nice thing is I didn't go out of the house. We went out Friday to Walmart to get Diablo and stuff, but we also had grocery shopping to do. So by the time we got there, everybody had cleared out and it was empty. But I tell you what, man, you go to the electronics section and just look through the video games. It was empty. It was empty.
Yeah.
All ours was empty. These huge cases just absolutely empty of stuff. It's like, okay, good for you guys. I'm glad you all got what you wanted. But I got my Diablo for $17. Sorry, Robert.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't need it. We would have played it like once.
I think we'll end up, once she gets feeling better, I think we'll probably play it more than anything, because she really liked it on PC, and that's the last time me and her played it. Well, I haven't played any of the expansion stuff or anything, so it was like, okay, this is a good time to get it, because I haven't played any of that new stuff. So, but yeah, there was a lot of good deals on systems out there and things like that this time around. My buddy bought a Pro and a One X, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'd have bought them both. I would have just waited. He wants
to get everything, the exclusives and the 4K.
Yeah, well, it's like, but all the new stuff's coming out here in the next year and a half, 2 years. It's like, I just don't know. I almost upgraded to an Xbox One X, and then I went, you know what? No, I'm just going to wait. And just wait and see how things play out.
And if I didn't have that credit at GameStop, I would not shell out cash and upgrade it.
Yeah. Plus, I'd really have to get a new 4K TV, because, the one we've got is, it's good, but it's not a gaming TV, so. But some of those TVs were a pretty good price, but I don't know. I'm not ready to give up my 10-year-old TV behind me. Actually, it's older than that now. I guess it's technically 12 or 13. So, but I'll just wait till next gen. So, for that. So anything else? Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Am I missing anything? I know.
No.
Can't think.
Pretty much got it covered.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to call it for this show. I apologize for the technical difficulties on Twitch, whatever that was. So, I guess I'm going to have to sit down and mess with my computer again and find out exactly what in the world's going on. I don't understand what happened. I did a update to Streamlabs, and ever since then, things have not run right on it. And I don't know if it's the update was bad or if it was, I don't know what it was. I don't know. It's weird. And then Eric got me that, picked up the HD 60S Elgato, and I sold my old one, so now I can do 60 frames a second streaming. But it's like the Streamlabs doesn't want to do it, but the Elgato software does, and that Elgato software is not really friendly,
intuitive
for streaming stuff. So who knows? I may end up having to change everything, and that may be what I have to use for a while until Streamlabs or OBS figures things out. So I really don't want to have to get, what is that, XSplit again? I used it for a while, but I really don't want to go back to it. So, all right. Well, I am going to shut the stream off now and tell everybody good night. Good night. Good night.
See ya. Thanks for joining.
And we'll see you guys next time. Yep.